There have been a few improvements to Activity and Expense Tracker since the previous tutorial was created. This tutorial will cover the new timer indicators and the new to-do list feature. As you can see, the timer section of the A&E Tracker window has changed a bit. It is now even easier to see if a timer is running with the green light, or paused with the yellow light, or stopped with the red light. There is also a new to-do list button which allows you to add up to 12 different timers to a new window where you can more easily see what activities you have scheduled for the day. This new window also makes it easier to switch between timers for the day's activities and their records. When you create a new to-do list timer, the date will be checked and you will be prompted to create a new record for the timer if the date is not the current date. Similarly, if you try to start a timer that was created on a previous day, the software will prompt you to create a new record for the activity. Next, you will be asked for the estimated number of hours for this activity. The number must be in hours. For example, enter 0.5 for half an hour, or 1.25 for an hour and 15 minutes. This number gets transferred to both the to-do list window and the A&E Tracker window. You can see the difference between the actual time and the estimated time in the time variance field on the A&E Tracker record. The estimated time is added to the estimated time remaining field at the top of the to-do list window. As the timer runs, the estimated time remaining field is updated until the estimated time is reached. In other words, the estimated time remaining field is never negative. Then you will be asked if there is a scheduled start time or a deadline for this activity. The choices are no, there is no preference for when to do this task; scheduled start time, you want to start the task at a particular time; and deadline, you want to finish the task at a particular time. This information is unique to the to-do list window and is not represented in the A&E Tracker window. If you choose a scheduled start time, the scheduled time field will turn yellow when the current time is later than this time. If you choose deadline, the scheduled time field will turn yellow when the current time is later than the estimated number of hours before the scheduled time. The scheduled time field will then turn red after the scheduled deadline has passed. In the to-do list window, the client and project fields are combined to save space. Use the View button to go directly to the A&E Tracker window for that timer. The timer controls in the to-do list window take you to the record for that timer so you can enter activity notes and expenses. The timer in both windows is then started, paused, or stopped. If there is another timer running, starting a timer will stop the other timer unless the multiple timers option is enabled. When you have stopped the running timer, a Done indicator, this blue check mark, will appear. If you intend to continue with the task later in the day, click the Done indicator to hide it. Timers that display the Done indicator are not included in the estimated time remaining field at the top of the to-do list window. The purpose of that field is to give you a quick estimate of how much time you need to complete any uncompleted activities. To remove a timer from the to-do list window, just click the big red X. You can have up to 12 timers in the to-do list window. Click the Help button for more information. These new controls replace two preferences that have been moved to a new special A&E Tracker Prefs window, which you can access by clicking this Prefs button. Here you will find the Time Error Reminder for Start and Stop Times preference, the Simple Mode option, and the Allow Multiple Timers option. You can also enable Use the last date as the date for new records, which means that if you are entering historical data, The date on the current record will be transferred to the new record, so you do not have to set the date to some date in the past for each new record. Also included is an option to keep the to-do list on top of all running applications. This may interfere with dialogues and other windows in A&E Tracker and any other open applications, so you may find this feature annoying. On the other hand, you may really like having the to-do list window visible at all times. There are also options for you to choose if you want to create a new record when choosing a favorite. The choices are Always, Never, and Ask First. We hope you like these new features. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please send us an email to support@productivity-software.com.